I'm Keep, and welcome to my very first episode of Keep Trying, where I'm diving headfirst into new experiences and adventures one day at a time. Today, for my first episode, I thought you should get to know me a little bit better. So why not do a Q&A? While I do the Q&A, I will try to make a pizza because I love pizzas, but I've never made one, so let's give it a shot. So we have right now pizza dough, all-purpose flour for all your purposes. 50% off onions because they were going bad and a girl likes a budget. Mozzarella cheese, because you can't have too much cheese. Pepperoni, garlic, and I have two different types of sauces because I don't know what I'm gonna like better. Marinara sauce or vodka sauce. We'll see. So I guess we start by putting the flour on the table. And I'll start answering some questions for you.
First question, did your parents always want to name you Keep?
No, actually. My mom told me that my name was either going to be Berkeley or Keep. And it's actually kind of funny because my little cousin, she heard this. She was a child at the time and she heard that she was gonna have a new baby cousin, Berkeley or Keep. And she went to school and said, I'm gonna have a new baby cousin. She's gonna be named Broccoli or Peas. I didn't get named either of those, but I always thought that was very cute. And I love my veggies, so. So now I'm just putting some of the flour on my work surface just to make sure that my pizza dough doesn't stick, hoping to look like I know what I'm doing. Spread it out a little bit.
Next question, Keep, what's your favorite hobby?
I feel like I have a lot of hobbies. I love fire dancing, going to the gym, working out, doing photo shoots, making content, learning new recipes, trying new things. It's the whole point of the show. Keep trying. I love to try new things. I'm a multifaceted jack of all trades, I guess. Oh my Lord. Okay, so now I'm going to spread the pizza out. I will say I did take a pizza making class in Italy once, and I made the best pizza in the entire class, but they did it from scratch. I worked at Auntie Anne's for 7 years, and it's kind of funny, they hired me when I was 13 because I told them I was 14. You're not allowed to be hired at a job when you're 13. But we made a lot of pizza pretzels. So I would use pretzel dough to make pizzas, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but not really. I'm just gonna do it like the pizza pretzel way though. We spread it out with our fingers and our hands a lot. That shouldn't have a hole in it though. I don't think. I think that'll be good. This will be a really abstract pizza. I like to think outside of the box. I'm going for one of those rustic flatbreads that just look a little bit abnormal.
Okay, next question. Why did you move to Hawaii and how long did you live there?
Ooh, that one's a good question. I had no intention on living in Hawaii. I went to Hawaii for a photo shoot. I went with a few videographers and photographers that I was friends with. And our plan was just to, you know, bop around, go to waterfalls, take pretty pictures and videos and content. And when we were there, we booked a skydiving experience. And the day of the skydiving experience was the day before we were supposed to leave. So we're getting ready. And as we're sitting outside waiting for the Uber to pick us up to take us to skydiving, it got canceled. It was too cloudy, we weren't allowed to go. So everyone was bummed out. They're like, oh, I guess we just won't go skydiving. I, on the other hand, was like, forget that, I'm not leaving tomorrow. You guys can leave, I'm gonna stay here. So they all went home, I went skydiving on my own. I went skydiving all by myself in a new place for the very first time, and it was so magical. When I went skydiving, I was so nervous, but the skydiving instructor was so nice and he did a backflip out of the plane for me. And we saw a rainbow in the shape of like a bullseye. And I'm saying, can we go through that rainbow? And he said, yes, we can. And we went right through the rainbow. We got to the bottom. I had the most amazing experience. And then I went to the beach. I met a fire dancing tribe. And I just felt like I was met with just like open arms, and just so happened to just find a roommate that night. It was so out of pocket and random and made no sense, but I just fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the fire. I fell in love with the sky, the Aina, and I just didn't look back. I lived there with a suitcase for a few months until I got some of my things. Okay, now I have both my marinara and my vodka sauce. I'm going to do half and half because I feel like vodka sauce would be really good, but I know like marinara is kind of the way to go. So we're just gonna try both. Spread it all out. Half vodka, now the marinara half. Wow, the consistencies are so different.
Key, what's your first tattoo and your most sentimental tattoo?
My first tattoo I got when I was 14 years old. I was at a friend's senior week, being a degenerate. It was the week of like, I still had school and everything. It was like a Wednesday. But I was with my friends and they were all seniors having their time. And one of them went to go get a tattoo. And I thought, I want a tattoo. I don't care if I'm younger than you guys, I want one too. And my friend, she had a military ID. So she looked black and white in it. And I was like, they can't tell that we have different hair color and different eye color. Let me just use that, it's fine. Took some drinks, headed down to the boardwalk. It was a sight to behold, just young Keep, just absolutely in gremlin mode. I went down there and I used her ID to get this tattoo. It was a heart. It has some significance, but I will keep that to myself. And I have another tattoo here of my mom's voice. It's like a voice wave saying I love you. So when I went home and I showed my mom, because I tell her everything, she's my best friend, I was like, look, I got some tattoos, but you can't be mad because one of them is literally your voice saying I love you. And she was like, oh, I love you too, it's okay, it's okay. So that was the beginning of my tattoo journey. My most sentimental though would probably be this tattoo. And it is for my brother who passed away. I had two brothers who passed away, and he had this tattoo on his hand. So I had it recreated here. And below it, it says 15% lemon juice. And 50% lemon juice is a little bit of a story that I kind of want to tell you. It was my prom night. It was the very last time I saw him. And he was working at an auto parts shop in a small town. And he said, Keep, just come stop by. Like, just come on over. Like, it's super slow today. I've been drinking all day on the job. Like, oh, just come stop by. I want to see you in your dress. I want to see your date. So I went down and I saw him and he was like, oh, take care of my sister tonight, blah, blah, blah. And then he pulled me aside and he said, Keep, I have been drinking all day and I'm fucked up. Try this new alcohol I just discovered, Keep. It is 15% alcohol. You don't taste anything. You taste nothing. He's like, I've been drinking like 4 of these already and I feel great. So I take it from him. I take a sip and I look down and I say, Daniel, this is 15% lemon juice, not 15% alcohol. You've been chugging San Pellegrino. My sister packs this up in her school box. And he said, whatever, it's your prom night. And he got down and just chugged the whole entire thing, and it was the cutest thing in the world. I have a photo of me and him on my prom night, and you can see the tattoo, this, on his hand while he's holding the San Pellegrino. Special moments. Now we're putting on the cheese. I love me some cheese, so I'm gonna make it extra cheesy. Beautiful. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle some onions on it. And there we go. A simple little pepperoni pizza. So I have preheated the oven to 450, and we will put this in for about 15 minutes. It should be done now, so let's see. Oh, she looks good. Ah! Let's try it. My first ever pizza! Homemade.
All right, Keith, have you ever been in any movies?
I have been. I was in 2 movies. The first one was called Evil Bong. It's kind of like a cult classic type of film. They've had 8 movies. I was in the final movie. But the one I'm really proud of is Piranha Women. I'm like one of the main piranha women, and my role is to entice men and lure them back to my lair and basically eat them to survive. And it's pretty amazing. I have a big fight scene, so if you want to see me get down and dirty and just like rough them up, I highly suggest watching it. It's on Amazon. Oh, I wish I had some of my homemade basil, but I left it. All right, cheers. Okay, I don't know if this is the vodka part or the marinara part. I think it's the vodka, and I will say that is bomb diggity. The crunchy bread. Okay.
All right, last question. If you met an alien for the first time, what would you do?
If I met an alien for the first time, I would show him things like Baja Blast, Taco Bell. I would introduce him to the giant new Cheez-It that just got introduced to us. I'd take him around to some beautiful scenic places, and I would make sure he returned the favor and took me into the galaxy and showed me some bomb universes. That's what I would do. All right. Oh, look at the cheese! So, thank you so much for joining me. This was really fun. It was a great first episode. I hope you kind of know a little bit more about me and know a little bit about how to cook a pizza, maybe. Maybe don't take my advice, but I kind of got something going on for me, so. Thank you so much. I'll be back next week for some more adventures. Much love. Have a good day.